everyone, and welcome back to today's video. In today's video, I'm actually doing a speed build that took me a lot longer than what I expected it to. This house is based off of the new Paranormal stuff pack that came out not long ago. I don't exactly remember, but I know it was in January. But so I decided to do a haunted house, and I didn't exactly know what I was going for. There were some pictures that I found off of Pinterest, but I didn't really exactly have a vision of what I was doing. So I was so indecisive when it came to this video, and you can see me struggling with the build. You see me changing through things. I don't know how many times I went through and I changed the color of stuff, but it was a lot. It actually probably took me 3 days to do this build, if not longer. And then it took me longer to edit because of how much I had to edit. I had 28 different slides I had to edit from different times that I was recording. But I was editing this last week in hopes that I would be able to get this video up last week when I first originally attended on it. But I had to go get stitches in my thumb because I cut myself when I was cutting onions for dinner, and so that kind of ruined my my whole night that night. So I didn't even bother coming back home to finish my video. I just left it. But I did finally get it finished, and so I do apologize that it's taken a while for me to upload another video. I've had some personal things going on, and with being pregnant, it's really not comfortable sitting here in this chair all the time. But as you can see, I'm doing the windows and the outside of the house. I was trying to make it look not creepy, but like old, I guess, kind of. And I changed these windows 3 times in this house, and I wanted to edit out a lot of it, but there was just so much for me jumping back and forth from room to room in the beginning doing all of this. It took me a lot longer to edit, and then I'm rambling about nothing because I don't know what exactly to talk about, because usually when I do the talking in my videos, I'm doing my let's plays. On my other speed builds that I have previously on my video, I just have it with music playing in it, but I don't want to do the whole music in it anymore because a lot of the songs it says they're not copyright are like copywriting on YouTube. So I don't know, I just thought voiceover would probably be better. More people would probably be interested in watching, maybe. I don't know. But I'm working on the floor plan upstairs, and it took me a while to figure out this floor plan because I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. I don't exactly have a family for this house, so there wasn't any specifics that rooms I was looking for. I was thought about maybe making a nursery, and you can see that I later in the video that I do attempt to try to make a university, a nursery. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. And this video is 2 parts, by the way. I try to cut it down as much as I can, but like I was saying, there was just so much that I had to edit out that I just, no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much I cut out, I just couldn't. The whole video itself, before I decided to cut it in half, was like 50 minutes long. So this one's 16 minutes, probably almost 18 minutes maybe by the time, I don't know, when this is all said and done. But the other one's like more 30 minutes, and I do apologize for them being so long. And I try not to make my videos seem that, oh, well, here you go, sorry. You see me changing the windows again. And that's not the last time I change them. I change them one more time before I'm done with the outside. The landscaping in this was also a little bit weird because I didn't exactly know what to do with it either. I honestly did not know what I was doing during this whole build. But I think that it turned out pretty good in the end. I actually really like it, and I do have this on the gallery, so if you guys are interested in downloading it, I'll have a link in the description bar so you guys can download it that way. Or you can find it in the gallery underneath of my gallery ID, Suicide Kitty 420. And I have For the people, if you're wondering about my 100 baby challenge, I am still going to be doing that. After you guys see this video, I will already be editing my recording episode number 8, because I've already had it recorded for a while, but like I just mentally, physically, I haven't been able to do it. So, but I will get that posted up for you guys. I have a lot of stuff that I'm wanting to get posted out to you, because I only have 3 more months before my baby's due, and when I have him, I know I'm not going to be doing a lot of sim stuff, so I want to try to get as much of it as I can right now. Oh goodness. So I apologize for the choppiness of the video. I tried my best into not making it so choppy. I did get a new video editing software, because I was using just like Wondershare regular Filmora, and then I got the pro version, so I'm still learning how to use the whole pro version. I'm not even a pro at video editing, I'm not even a pro at building. But so it's a work in progress. I'll eventually get it down somewhat into a rhythm that I'm good at, but this is the first speed build that I've done using this program, so I do apologize if it's a little choppy. I'm still learning how to work it. Oh my goodness, like I said, I can't talk. So the landscaping on this, I didn't exactly know what to do, so I tried to just do as much as I could to make it look okay, but without going overboard. I changed a lot in it, and I really like how the outside of this house looks with the stained windows, but actually I do not keep those. I was telling my boyfriend I'll probably end up doing a haunted church build with those eventually. Just something I had in mind, because I really like them and I thought they looked really good, but I was so indecisive. I changed everything so many times. I'm just going through adding some touches, trying to find wood that would like match on the outside, just adding more color. Not really color, I'm just adding the roof colors, adding textures, I guess, details. And then I put those little thingies on the roof. I thought it was a nice addition to it. I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm not the best at roofing in The Sims, but I mean, I try. And then this was a trick that I seen. I actually really like. It's really cool, and I think it gave the house a little bit more character to it. I mean, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments below. Actually, just let me know what all of your guys' feedback is, because I know I'm so new at this. There's probably still things I need to work on, and any feedback would be amazing. You know, if there's any helpful hints that you guys have or anything like that, please let me know. I'm like looking to make this long term with my videos, and I'm wanting to make as much with the best content as I can for you guys. So anything that would be helpful, please just let me know. So I wanted to do a pond because, like I said, I didn't know what to do with landscaping, because I wanted the house to like have a walkway to it to make it not so close to the front of the lot. But I didn't want it surrounded by trees, because I felt like that would cover the house too much. So I was really lost on what to do, and I stumbled around. But I like the pond idea. It was actually my boyfriend's idea, so I went with it, and he also gave me the idea to do the fountain that's in front of the house as well. So credits to him for that. And then I do have this fence in here because I thought that it looked good at first, but I do eventually go back in and change the fence out, because I think it looks better having the house with the background of the rocks and everything to make it look a little bit more like it's the back of the yard of the house and just not fenced off, because it's a lot. And there's not really much of a backyard anyways, so I thought it made more sense to just leave it open, because it has more of a front yard than it does a backyard. So, and like I said, I do apologize about all the choppiness. I honestly don't know why it's doing that. I noticed when I was editing these too, I had copies of my clips, and I don't know how that happened, but I don't know if I finally got it all figured out. And so I was just checking to see how the house looked because I wanted a tree there, but I didn't want it covering the front of the house too much where you couldn't see anything. I believe I eventually moved that pine tree. I don't remember if I keep it there. I know I probably should know that, but I don't remember. But in doing the landscaping too, I cut out a lot of this, and because I just changed everything so much. I know I'm telling you guys how much I've changed everything, so I'm talking about how much I've changed everything. Okay, so I'm just going through with the landscaping, adding some dirt to it. I added some dirt to the outside of the pond because I wanted it to blend in with the ground to make it seem like there is more worn away than what it is. And I just thought it was a nice addition to add with details. And then I add some rocks around it, and then I add some water plants. Maybe I didn't add any rocks. I just added what are those things called? I just added the water plants to it. Oh goodness. So I'm just adding some things to the porch. I didn't really add much to the porch for decorations wise, and neither did I in the back of the house. I didn't really know what to put on it because it's a haunted house. It's supposed to be like an older haunted house, but I went through and put some ferns around. I do go through and I make them smaller just because I think that they looked better smaller, and then I finally get the bushes put around, but that's not the only time that they're there. They'll be there more too. And then here's where I go through and change the windows for the last time. These are the windows that I decided to go ahead and stick with because I didn't want the stained glass to be so not abundant, but like overwhelming, I guess, because it's supposed to be a house, not a church. And so I figured these windows looked a little bit better. I don't know, I liked them both, but I'm so indecisive. I can never go with my first option. I changed everything so many times. And there I go with landscaping again, just sizing it down because I think it looks a little bit better being smaller, but that's my opinion. And for some reason I noticed after this part of the video where I'm going through and I'm like putting outside terrain paints to make it look like the gravel's breaking off, to make it look like it's been old and used and run down. I don't know why it disappeared because it still shows it when it's loaded up in the game, I believe. But I even went to do it in the back, but I mean, I think it's in this next clip that pops up. Yeah, like it's completely gone and I don't know why. So I don't know why it did that. But yeah, so that happened. And then there was a couple times that I was recording and I forgot to actually hit record, so I had to go through and redo it and then do it again. And yeah, so this top of the tower of the house is actually going to be the seance room, and I didn't know what to put for like where all the windows at because I wanted the lights, but I didn't want to have another floor, so I just made it open to make it seem like it's like the top of it's a really tall ceiling, I guess, if that makes any sense. And here's the fountain that I put in, and this is the last thing that I think I add to the I think this is the last thing that I add to the landscaping before that we're done, because I didn't know what else to add, and I thought this was like a nice addition. And it took me forever to place all those little blocks individually, and I actually learned that from Kate Emerald when I was watching her YouTube. For years I've been watching it, and she does all those she does those a lot. And then I go back through because I thought, you know, one size would be okay, but then I was like, no, I wanted the smaller ones to make it look like it's leveled. I'm really glad that I went back through and I did that, even though it did take me forever to do, because you have to just place in each individual object and turn it to make sure you get it to look even. I know it's not even, but it's close enough. But I really do like it, and I'm so glad that I went back through and I did it. Now, I am getting rid of this fence here. Either you can see where I'm deleting the fence, and I just thought it looked better without it because everything's more open, and I didn't want it to seem like it was too small and closed off. And then I add some grass under the trees, but I actually removed those and put the live edit objects grass in it because I thought those looked more greenery, it looked more natural. And I use those grass sometimes, but not all the times, just because they are a different shade of green. And here you can see where I'm adding some grass into the front for the landscaping around the bushes and stuff. And then I do go through and add those into the trees to make it look more natural. And then I go through and I remove the other ones, as you can see there. But we're actually at the end of part 1. So if you guys made it this far, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I will see you guys in part 2. Bye.